Hi guys, and welcome back to this video. I'm sorry, I look like crap and I'm not feeling so well, and but I wanted to do a video anyways, so I'm like, you know what, I don't care if I haven't done my makeup or if I sound like this or the fact that I'm not wearing a bra right now. I don't care. I just want to do a video to kind of document what's been going on in our trying to conceive journey, so to speak. So today's January 17th, and it's sorry, and this is our first month trying to conceive a baby. And so I kind of wanted to tell you guys like what's been going on while we've been trying to try. So I guess like the biggest thing so far is I've been doing ovulation tests for the past 10 or 11 days and everything has been negative. All the tests have been negative, which is really kind of discouraging. I've been following exactly how to do them on the packages, like the instructions, and they've all been negative. And so like, I mean, it's definitely not as bad as like a negative pregnancy test would be, but like it's kind of discouraging every morning when like, especially when you think you're gonna ovulate and then like, so that, you know you're getting close and you're anticipating like within the next day or two to have a positive test, and then you wake up and it's negative, and you wake up and it's negative, and 10 or 11 days in a row. Sorry, she's like bothering me so much. She's trying to like rub against the camera tripod. Anyways, so everything's been negative and it's been like super kind of discouraging, and I'm trying not to like overthink it too much. I have read many instances where women have taken ovulation tests, they've been negative, and they still have gotten pregnant, and it's usually because they didn't detect their LH surge, which is the hormone that surges right before you ovulate. And I've only been taking the test once a day in the morning around the same time. Like on days I work, I take it at like 6 a.m. and on days where I don't work, I'm usually taking it at like 8 or 9 to 10 a.m. kind of just depending on when I roll out of bed. So I've been about every 24 hours, but plus or minus a few hours here or there. And I've read that like, you know, sometimes you can actually miss, if you're only doing it once every 24 hours, you can actually miss your surge. So at this point, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I just didn't ovulate or I missed my surge. But I did have something really interesting happen. I've been tracking my temperature the past like month and a half. And last month I did have a pretty noticeable spike in my, like, dip in my temperature, like when you would be ovulating, and a spike, which would be like the day after ovulation. I did have like a pretty like obvious one. And a couple mornings ago, I woke up and I took my temperature, and my temperature was 99.4, and I didn't have any symptoms of feeling sick or anything. And I was like, whoa, like that's a huge increase, because normally my temperature is like in the 97 range, occasionally like the 98s, like low 98s. So like I had a huge increase in my temperature, and if you looked at the previous day or two, my temperature was like 97.2, 97.4. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's a huge increase. And since that day, so that was January 14th, I think. So since that day, I've consistently like have had higher temperatures, like in the 98s, which normally I'm the 97s most of the time. So that's interesting, and normally that happens after you ovulate. Your temperatures stay higher until you either get your period or if you're pregnant. I will insert a picture of some of my ovulation tests now, and so you guys can kind of see them. I didn't realize that it's a good idea to actually save the tests and kind of track, like label them and just like see what the lines look like. And so you can clearly tell like they're all negative, but on the one that's like second from the bottom, you can tell that there's like a little bit darker of a line than the other one. So I'm almost wondering like if that was like the beginning of the surge, but like it wasn't detected, and then if I would have tested like maybe that night, if it would have detected it. I don't know, but I didn't keep all my tests and I threw them away, and when I realized like you're supposed to keep them, I actually like went in the trash and pulled out the ones that I could. I know it's kind of gross, just my bathroom trash. And so there was like 4 or 5 that I just don't know what order they're in. So now I've been keeping them, but they still like all look negative. So that's kind of discouraging, but I want to kind of talk about some symptoms, and I don't know like if these are pregnancy related or not, so I guess we'll see like in another week and a half or two if they actually are. But I'm sick right now, and I got sick yesterday, which would be 2 days past ovulation. And I haven't been sick in like a really long time, but it is January right now, and I'm a nurse, and so like I'm exposed to things all the time. It's just like a common cold. It started with like a very mild sore throat, very, very mild, like barely anything, and now it's just kind of that head congestion, like my eyes and sinuses feel like they're burning, a little bit of like post-nasal drip, stuff like that, but nothing major. A little bit of a cough, but again, like it's not that bad. I don't have a fever. I don't know. It's not that bad. So that's kind of like the first weird thing that's happened to me. I don't feel nauseous. I feel tired, but I also I'm under the weather. So am I tired because I'm sick? Am I tired because I'm pregnant, or both? Am I tired just in general because I worked the past 2 days? I don't know. I slept like 10 or 11 hours last night, and I still I'm probably gonna go take a nap after this video. I've been kind of hot lately. Like my temperatures have been higher, and like I'll feel like hot sometimes. I don't really feel like I've had a lot of cramping or anything. Like it's hard to tell, like am I imagining this or is this actually happening? Like on my left side, like where your ovary would be, I feel kind of like every once in a while this little like twinge, but I don't like know if that's cramping, but it goes kind of back to my back. So, I don't think it's like GI pain or anything like that. I don't really have GI pain or any like upset stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know if these are pregnancy symptoms, but I thought I would share because what if they are? And I guess by the time this video is published, I'm not going to share anything on YouTube until like we find out we're pregnant. At least at this point, that's my plan, because we want to like get pregnant first and share it with our family. But I wanted to kind of document along the way. So I don't know. I'm trying not to think too much into it. I know a lot of people can have negative ovulation tests, and if we don't get pregnant this cycle, I'm going to buy those. So I'm using digital ones right now by Blue, and I'm gonna buy like the 50 pack of like the little strips, which I know are kind of difficult to tell, like, you know, if you're actually, it's not black and white, you know, if you're ovulating or not sometimes, but I could do like 2 or 3 a day and really label and track like the times and see if that affects the test, and if I can like track to see if the lines get darker as like I potentially am about to ovulate. So I don't know, like I'm still taking the test because what if I am one that ovulates super later on, but like at this point I only have another day or two and then I'm like 10 days out from my period, and that's not usually long enough to, even if I did ovulate like super late, it's usually not a long enough time period before my period to actually like have a viable pregnancy because your lining's not thick enough. I've clearly been reading a lot on the internet and a lot of forums and things, so take this with what as it is. It's just what I've been learning. But that's it. I know this video is kind of lame, but I hope it helps some people, and I guess we'll find out soon, and I'm super excited, but I also, like, at the same time, like, I think I'm just not pregnant. Oh, and one last, like, little symptom, I guess, and I don't know if this is just my mind, I feel like, not swollen, but I just feel like I'm retaining water, or just like bigger, I don't know, bloated, or I'm just like, I feel fat. Let's just put it how it is. I feel fat. And like, I don't know if it's just mental, or like, you know, sometimes if I don't work out for a couple days, I'll like start like mentally thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm getting bigger. So, I don't really know. I don't know if that's a symptom. I don't know if I actually like, maybe I am getting a little more bloated, but I like feel bigger in my like stomach and my chest. My boobs aren't sore or anything, but they do like feel heavier, I guess, but they're not sore. But then again, I'm just like thinking I'm probably crazy, so well, I guess we'll find out when this video is published, because if it's published, that means I'm pregnant. So make sure you guys subscribe, and thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more pregnancy videos or whatever else I decide to publish, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.